All right. Welcome to Lab to Shelf, our Antidote Street series, which explores what it takes to build a modern hair care brand for the textured market. Basically, we're gonna go deep. Everything from the brand ethos, the ingredients that sit behind their product, and of course, the wonderful founders and their journey so far. Today we're sitting with the lovely Rose, founder and formulator behind Flora Curl. Thank you so much for joining. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. So Flora Curl is a plant-powered range.
Yeah.
Like I think of it as plant-powered hair food.
Absolutely.
What led you to start that?
I guess I can go as far as when I decided to return natural and embrace my natural hair. I went into my local beauty supply store and I couldn't really find products that would moisturize my hair effectively, and I basically wasn't content with the quality of the products that I find in my local stores. And so I began, researching natural ingredients on the internet, and I thought, how about I come into my mum's kitchen during my spare time, make my own products and share it on YouTube. So I launched a YouTube channel, and this was just me being bored. This was just a hobby, and I began sort of making my own shea butter, mango shea butter for my hair and my body. And my friend, she's from Ghana. Every time she traveled and come back, she would bring this huge tub full of shea butter and just give it to me. So I thought, what can I use? What can I use as an ingredient to make something for myself and my body that was natural and that was also high in quality? And I began sort of sharing that journey on my YouTube channel, and I started receiving comments from people who wanted to sell it, and they're really they were also on a journey to kind of embrace their natural hair as well. So alongside my YouTube channel, I also launched a blog to inspire women with natural hair, and I decided one day to pose a question asking my followers, what is your biggest hair care problem? I received so many responses. It's around 300 of those, and the majority of them were basically complaining about dryness. Their hair was constantly dry. They tried multiple products, but they never found a product. They haven't yet to find a product that will effectively hydrate their hair. And so, this kind of inspired me. And at this time, I recently graduated. I was in uni. I was working in transport planning, and I decided to take 6 months out and come up with a brand that would really stand out from the crowd. I wanted to develop the vision that would align with people's values and their own visions for their natural hair. Your natural hair is beautiful. It is natural. You don't have to do too much to it, and so I wanted my brand to evoke a sense of nature. And so Flora is the Latin word for plant life, and that's when I came up with the name Flora Curl.
I see.
A brand that would really be all about plant-powered ingredients, and that's all. That's the essence of it. So that's how Flora Curl. And the idea was created.
Amazing.
And we tried to kind of create that sense of the brand through our labels, through the botanical ingredients, through our website, and our ingredients to the smell. We don't use any synthetic fragrance in. Our customers absolutely adore the sensorial, plant-powered, plant-derived essences that they find in our products.
Yeah. So that's amazing. So you went from, I guess you did a little bit of a lot of research by the sounds of things, by trying to understand actually what was the biggest issue that people were facing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you started with dryness.
Yes.
What did you do? What was your first step when you worked out, oh crap, all these people are struggling with dryness? What did you do?
So I guess I started off formulating the range, and I thought I wanted this range to basically provide plant-powered hydration, because ultimately nature is the ultimate source of hydration, and that's what I believed in. And I went back to the drawing board, and I wanted to kind of explore the lock method a little bit more, which is obviously liquid, oil, cream. So our first 3 products that I developed was the hair mist, Jasmine Oasis hydrating hair mist, and then the African citrus hair oil and the Flower Garden hair butter. This will basically form a routine for you to hydrate and moisturize your hair effectively on a daily basis. And it wasn't anything too complicated, so that's how I kind of started the process of the brand in its initial, launch. Really creating a simplified routine to hydrate your hair using high quality plant-powered hair care products.
Okay, so you speak a lot about, I guess, the formulation being plant-powered.
Yes.
What does that actually mean? What's the difference between that ethos of formulating versus, I guess, a commercial brand out there that might use a plant-powered ingredients in their formulation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one of the first things I discovered in the market was the presence of greenwashing, that there are lots of brands claiming to be natural or claiming to be plant-based, but when you dive deeper into their ingredients, some of the ingredients will not necessarily be plant-derived. And at the same time, I think for us, the ingredients that we use, it's just the start of that.
Okay.
To us, natural also means really embracing simplicity, allowing our customers to reach their healthy hair goals without any sort of unnecessary ingredients or harsh or harmful ingredients that are out there. So we are trying to stay away from the idea that plant-based should just be about marketing. We truly believe in our ingredients and what they stand for, and we truly believe in the power of natural ingredients. And it's very difficult to also find products on the market, haircare products on the market that do not contain synthetic fragrancing. So what makes us stand out is the fact that we do use natural fragrances, so derived from essential oils. Also because they're a bit more pricey to incorporate into a formula. But even from the standpoint of natural, we pride ourselves in using high quality ingredients that are also potent and fresh. So I think all of that combined really adds to the essence of, it is plant powered, but there's also a high quality element to it as well that a lot of our customers can see. And they know that it's not, for us, it's not just a marketing point. It's really something that we do believe in and stand for, and that will stand across all of our products that we create. We don't have different ranges that align to different philosophies. Every single product within our range is plant powered. So we really believe in that.
It feels like it literally filters through from when someone picks up the product to the formulation. So when you say a brand might not necessarily be using plant-derived ingredients, does that mean that they might be using ingredients that are synthetic but mimic the effects of plants? Or
so they could be using that, but it means that they could have a product that contains plant-based ingredients, but maybe other ingredients within that product are not necessarily plant-based.
I see. Okay.
Or healthy, or I guess people have different definitions of healthy, but there are contradictions within certain products that are quite difficult to kind of understand, and so some brands do not have a consistent ingredient that aligns with that philosophy of plant-based, and some brands might have different collections. One collection might be natural and the others might not necessarily be natural. For them it might just be a marketing scheme, whereas for us it really runs through our entire philosophy. With every product that we launch, it definitely has to align with our plant-powered philosophy.
That's amazing. I guess so. You what did you study in uni?
So I studied geography. I've always been really passionate about, I guess, different cultures and people, and learning about, I guess, we as humans, how we live in this world and exist together. But geography has really been helpful in allowing me to understand and appreciate, ingredients and where they're sourced, where they come from.
So there's a link. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you? So armed with a geography degree, but exactly.
Absolutely.
What did you think you were gonna? What did you think you were gonna do?
I was going to become, move up in my company, from graduate level to my executive position, or managerial position. I thought I was going to work hard and just do that for the rest of my life. And although I didn't necessarily kind of enjoy it, but I was good at it. And I guess when you're good at something, you just do it.
Yes, that's quite similar. When I started my career in the city, I was like, partner track, that's what's happening, and then things just basically change. But it's great to. I know it's great to see the linkages between, I guess, being able to trace the source of ingredients. There's a sustainability element there, but you weren't a formulator. So how did you formulate the first 3 products?
Yeah, sure.
I guess from the first 3 to now, the range is made up of 10 products. So talk me through that process.
Absolutely. Every single product has come from my head. Like, it's just been my idea. it came out of my own necessity for what I felt was missing from my routine. So I did a small course on formulation, the basics, behind, how to get a lotion to form together. And I started learning about how to create natural formulas, basically, and how to preserve them effectively and so forth. So yeah, the first 3 products that we launched, the mist, the oil, the butter, were pretty much the products I felt I needed to have in my routine that would help me meet the basics of my hair care, in terms of hydration.
Yeah.
And then we launched the clay wash, which is just innovative because I was reading all about bentonite clay and the power of resin clay. And I wanted to create a product that would help you clarify your hair naturally without stripping it of moisture. I also did a lot of research on shampoos and knowing not to include sulfates. Creating a shampoo that was not stripping but was quite, I guess, still cleansing at the same time. We launched that, and then recently, last year summer, we launched 4 new products, which were the Sweet Hibiscus collection stylers. We now have a curl activating lotion and a curl defining gel. And we've also launched a cream conditioning shampoo and a cream conditioner to kind of hydrate your hair on wash day. So we're trying to build a collection in a way that helps you meet the daily needs of your hair. So we now have a Hydrate Me collection, we have a Protect Me collection, a Soothe Me collection, a Style Me collection, and a Nourish Me collection. And the goal is to really add products into these collections to enable our customers to take care of their hair on a daily basis, depending on what goals they want to achieve for their hair on a weekly, on a monthly basis. So that, I guess, makes it simple for our customers to take care of their hair without complicating it. Which is quite common, in some industries.
So that's quite a large leap from having 3 products to now having in total 10 products. So how did you, when you went to your, because I know you had to go through like a manufacturer to scale your operation. So when you went to a manufacturer, were they like, she's barking mad, how is she going to do all of this with these ingredients, which are more expensive?
No, absolutely. We had a number of, particularly when we went into the US. So I did start off with a small manufacturer here in the UK, and they were very happy to start with us when we were ordering really small quantities. And then they were able to now they've helped us to scale the formulas to make sure we're producing on time and producing larger quantities to meet growing demand. But yeah, I mean, we've had to kind of negotiate with them because the ingredients in our formulas can be quite pricey. And even when I attempted to look into manufacturing in the US, the prices were nearly triple what we were paying for a product, to manufacture one product in the UK. And some of them were telling me, I'm sorry, you have to, look at your formulas again to look at ways you can reduce the cost of it, because we don't usually see other brands use these ingredients in such high proportions. So that was one of the feedback that we got from a number of manufacturers within the US. But I think I'm so happy to be able to partner with a manufacturer that is able to embrace our philosophy and really help us scale when we need to, and obviously give us some good prices when it comes to scaling.
Okay, so you basically held on to your
absolutely
held on to your guns because the formula's not changing.
No, the formula's not changing. When you scale, because I was initially producing the products in my mum's kitchen. And so when it was time to find a manufacturer to scale with us, some of them were basically telling us, so these products contain too many natural ingredients, or the proportion of it is too high, and I was just lucky to find a manufacturer who was able to kind of believe in our philosophy, that there are customers who are actually buying our products, who believe in our products, and there is a business from this. But I'm sure they're happy now that they've taken us on.
Of course,
and made a decision.
Of course, absolutely. And how about preserving the product? Do you use any preservatives?
So we don't use parabens, we don't use a number of harmful preservatives, but we do use more gentler preservatives in our products, but we have to, because if it contains water, we have to preserve the products, but we ensure that the preservatives we use are more on the gentler side.
And so we've got this range. Let's talk about testing. So before a product is ready for the shelf, what sort of testing do you do?
So within the EU, before you launch a product, put it to market, you have to have it tested for preservative efficacy as well as stability. And with that, you get a shelf life certificate, and you're able to kind of tell your your retailers and stockists that this is how long the product will last on the shelf for. But it's amazing because I think the EU has the strictest cosmetic regulation policy in the whole world. So we're very happy to be able to test our products to make sure that they are safe for use and don't contain harmful ingredients. So those are the two main tests that we have to carry out before we launch the product into the market.
And how about from a perspective of the customers? How did you know, say for instance, in formulating your first 3 products, how did you know you're like, okay, I've done this series of time in my mom's kitchen. How did you know it's now ready to hit the shelves? I'm now ready to contact my first retailer.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we did. For us, first of all, for me, I would say us, because when I first started, I was taking over, I was looking after different areas of the business. So formulation was taking up a large portion of my time.
Yeah.
And then, I had marketing, social media, newsletter writing. But I kind of knew when I liked it. It worked on my hair.
Well, that's a start.
And it smelled really good. And then I also, got in touch with, with some of our customers to get them to try the products out. And if they absolutely love it, we've gone for a number of reiterations. Then we know that it's really good to go. And we can start the process of preparing it to scale, and launch it into the market. But I think the product just has to feel, it just has to make you feel like, yes, you are ready, and we get that from the confirmation from our customers and the feedback that we get. Yeah. But it's definitely a process to ensure that the product is ready to go to market, and I think that process is definitely invaluable. And we go through that with every product that we launch. Yeah. It might take a bit longer to launch each product, but we ensure that when we do get feedback, that it's taken into account, and we go back to the drawing board and relaunch it if we need and get it ready for launch.
Do you find it's difficult to create a brand that will work across multiple textures? Say for instance, your hair texture versus mine versus, I don't know, somebody with looser curls. Is it difficult to try and achieve that? Is that the impossible?
I don't think it's the impossible, and I'm very grateful that we have received different testimonials from customers with different textures, different hair densities and porosities, and that is just rewarding. And I know that there are some brands that market towards particular textures, but I think ultimately, if your goal is hydration, for us it's really about using less product and using more. And if your product contains poison ingredients, it's really about controlling the amount that you use to create the desired result that you want in your hair. And I guess the proof of this is obviously how successful our products have worked across a variety of textures. It's really about making sure that you have the right ingredients in the product, and that if you have, for example, denser hair or looser textures, or loose texture, you use less product. If you have thicker hair, you use more product. If you have more, curly hair, you use more of the product. And that's the advice we're giving to our customers. Because on our labels it does say it's works for all curl types. And then we always advise our customers to test your hair and see how it responds with more product or with less. And that's how you go with.
So the trick is in how you use it across the different
portion control really. And that's
portion
what,
control for
and
your
I
hair.
guess that's what I guess it depends on every formula, but we've managed to kind of test that out with our particular formulas, and it's been really successful so far.
So ingredients, right? So I think that for textured hair, there's a propensity for people to use a lot of shea butter, coconut oil, like the typical stuff. But I noticed that in your ingredients list, some weird and wonderful things.
So our products are infused with a lot of bioactive ingredients that contain, beneficial properties for the scalp. And obviously the scalp is the first source of your hair growth, and I think it's important to take care of it as much as you can. So ingredients just like bearing ginseng, basil, bentonite clay, jasmine are amazing for soothing the scalp and just keeping it really healthy.
So let's go back to your geography background, the Siberian. You'd say hail from Siberia.
I'd be lying if I said that the word didn't appeal to me. Just kind of, and having the product kind of include ingredients from all around the world. I think that's definitely amazing.
Yeah,
so,
that's brilliant. I often think that there's so many ingredients out there, and we've just only scratched the surface in terms of really understanding
I'm really
what
excited
things they
to
do.
the range. Yeah. No.
And are your ingredients? I think I read somewhere that they were cold pressed.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah. What is?
Yeah. So another issue that we had with finding manufacturers is we were very specific about the quality of the ingredients, and we had a criteria. And so yes, all of our oils are cold pressed. They're pure, and they have to retain their color and their scent. Whereas obviously it's a lot cheaper to use oils that are refined and colorless and odorless, which is often the norm in a lot of production and manufacturing processes. So we are quite particular about the grade of ingredients that we want, and so I do hope that that's impacted the quality and the results that our customers see when they use Flora Curl. Yeah,
that's really interesting. I'm loving the potency behind the ingredients, because I think sometimes when you pick up a product, you don't know all of these different things, and it's really nice to
try and fit all of that information
exactly
into the label.
exactly to hear you talk about it. So now let's let's talk about your customers or potential customers, people who would use Flora Curl. What would you say to someone who tells you, "Hey Rose, I'm struggling to choose"?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, sure. We have a hair goals guide on our website, but pretty much you can use our products in any way, shape, any way you see fit, that it fits into your routine. But at the stage where our product development is, so we have a hydrating hair mist, which is great for refreshing your curls daily. We have a leave-in detangler, just in case your hair requires that extra moisture during the week, or you want to apply moisture after you shampoo your hair. We now have 2 shampoos. One is within the Versatility range, which is more for protecting your curls and adding more shine to it, and it is more cleansing compared to our Hydrate Me cream shampoo, which is more moisturizing, just in case your curls feel a bit drier during the week. You might want to opt for the moisturizing shampoo within that range. We also have 2 stylers, which are great if your goal is to achieve volume and definition. And we also have an oil within our Protect Me range, which is what we like to call the Do It All oil, which is great for adding shine, for doing scalp massages, using it as a pre-poo, as a natural kind of heat protectant. But pretty much every single product we've created can be used at any time, and depending on the needs of your natural hair. But our bestseller is the organic rose and honey leave-in detangler.
This one,
It's even with all our retailers, it's selling really well, and I think it's just
we see the same as well.
Oh really? Oh good.
We see the same.
So it's great for hydrating your hair, and I guess it just speaks to the fact that a lot of people do struggle with hydration, struggle with dryness. So it is that one and done hair product that will hydrate your hair naturally without any sort of harmful or harsh ingredient.
Amazing. So basically, if you're struggling, maybe pay attention to your areas of need and then let that guide you in terms of choosing the right product.
And our ultimate goal is really to simplify the process of taking care of your natural hair. And make it as effortless and as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And so when you grab a Flora Curl product, you should know exactly what the goal of it will be in your routine, and where you should be able to see where it will fit in your routine.
Exactly. I really like that.
So that's why we have those collections in place.
I think it's amazing. It's actually quite difficult to make things simple. I think people think like simple is easy, but it's actually difficult because you're trying to take away rather than add. So it's amazing.
So whether you're a newly natural or you're an experienced naturalista, you can find a product that is great for like a starter range. And it will really fulfill all your needs.
And do you have to be natural? What if you've got relaxed hair?
So we don't market it towards relaxed hair, from our social media to our newsletters. But if you do have relaxed hair, that you can use it if your goal is to achieve healthy hair. In fact, we receive a lot of testimonials from customers who have relaxed hair and who prefer to use either natural or high quality products, and they found great results using it.
Amazing. Well, listen, thank you so much. I feel like I've learned so much, and I keep thinking about Siberian ginseng. So here we go. Thank you.
For having me.
Thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.